Inspire. 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 You are the voice. You were the one singing. Never vexed for the fading and perishing, and not to wave the fear. When a world was given to me, there was an animal that exists next to the man with the knowledge of the reason of faith and the wondrous gold of the body which clung to dust began half fair fast and over the consummate and the whole. Yet we stayed here for the journey without growth. Angel bright from the home, bright for the heaven over the cloud, punching into the great sea with the way we had to drop to make the ocean 7 times 7. God will never leave the word unsaid. One peer with the simple truth and why though the name be claimed with the withered and over the dead, and this is so keep the mortal youth. Yet to keep the lovers away, depart. Time to leave the world for yours. Loud cleared from heaven farming, parting calls let one delay. Risen for the maiden reading, witnesses and desires to gain. Travelers in the train behind us before it swells to the den parting of the bells and the shoreless space between each time moment for the sailing of the disembodied spirit away. Yonder in the starry lights for those things of curtain air wings. Darkly blue mysterious, figures from floats and flew. The strange and secret display for the orb, for the willing and the road is pole. Wanderers and slumbering over the stolen weary life of the great not to be slept on for the soul those way. Toward the heart of ever winning, toward for the friend who will be wakeful. I got watchmen to the end. Drowse the scene that no watchman can make. Stand the pipe for the loop, for the charms, for the ears, for the desire, for the melody and over the rolling spirits and faith. Speculation back. You see the sweetness in the every dream and sound of the parts of time and alpha and anchor and hear the sound of angels of the seven. And the river the dull and net and stains and echo still for the unearthly strings and the music. And we should all be loved for the music that lifts the souls to gain above for the ashes and glow. Inspire. You are the voice. You were the one singing. Never vexed for the fading and perishing and not to wave the fear. One the world was given to me, there was an animal that exists next to the man with the knowledge of the reason of faith and the wondrous gold for the body which clung to dust began half fair the vast and above for the consummate of the whole. Yet we stay here for the journey without growth. Angel bright from the home, bright for the heaven over the cloud, plunging into the great sea with the though we have to drop to make the ocean 7 times 7. God will never leave the word unsaid. One peer with a single truth and why though the name be framed with the withered and over the dead, and this is so keep the mortal youth. Yet keep the lovers away, departure. Time to leave the world for you. Loud cleared from heaven farm, parting calls let one delay. Risen from the maiden reading, witnesses and desires to gain. Travelers in the train behind us before the swells of the den parting of the bells and the shoreless space between each time moment for the sailing of the disembodied spirit away. Yonder in the starry lights for those things of curtain air wings. Darkly blue mysterious, figures from close and blue. The strange and secret display for the board, for the willing and the road is pole. Wanderers and slumbering over the stove and weary life with the weight not to be slept on for the soul those way. Toward the heart for the ever winning, toward for the friend for the be wakeful. I got watchmen to the end, drowse and sing that no watchman can make. Stand the pipe for the lute, for the charms, for the ears, for the desire, for the melody and over the rolling spirits and faith. Speculations down. Can we see what sweetness in the ever jangling sound for the parts of Adam and Alpha and Mega and hymn the song the angels of the seven. Memory of the dull and net and stains and echo still for the unearthly strings and the music. Meet for the all be love for the music uplifts the souls to realm above for the ashes to glow. Latent fires increase and we listen to the fabric of joy and peace and remembering. There is a water flow that flows down from the heaven for the cleansing of the world for the be by sin by grace and divine. Last is whole stock for the spent, virtue gone dark with the pollution now its own. Speeding up at the back of the fountain in all periods in which we can firmly brave. The earth sweeps again, trailing with a robe of glory to bright and pure, which is the spirit and the saints. Busy the head shares for the itself for the beggar for the balm and with the sick and the soul for the returning to him who was made pure. Who makes it up? Purity of the heart, not the patch of your manner for the lust. Pure veer converse, it's the vile man for the earth to be. Steal that name for the dregs to discern. Accents with the pure, in hardship when you can find the tribulation. Enjoy the phantom century, serving them baton and drawn. Giving away for be harmed, be afraid. Passing into showing the king. I will enter an unseen power. Inspire. You are the voice. You were the one singing. Never vexed for the fading and perishing, not to wave the fear.
You are the voice.
Moment.
Inspire. You are the voice. You were the one singing. Never vexed for the fading and perishing, not to wave the fear. Moment thou, world was given to me, there was an animal of existence next to the man with the knowledge of the reason of faith and the wondrous goal for the body which crumbed to dust began how fairly fashionable for the consummate in the whole. Yet we stay here for the journey without grow. Angel bright from the home, bright for the heaven over the plot, plunging into the great sea with as though we have the drop to make the ocean 7 times 7. God will never leave the word unsaid. One peer with a single truth and why though the name be framed with the withered and old with the dead and this the soul keep the mortal you. Yet to keep the lovers away, departure. Time to leave the world for you. Loud cleared from heaven from parting calls, let one delay. Risen from the maiden room, witnesses and desires to gain. Travelers in the praying behind us before the swells of the then departing of the bells and the shoreless space between each time moment for the sailing of the disembodied spirit away. Yondering the starry lights for those sins of curtain air wings. Darkly blue mysterious figures for floats and flew. The strange and secret display for the orb, for the willing and the roadless pole, wanderers and slumbering over the stolen weary life for the weight not to be slept on for the soul doze way. Toward the heart for the ever winning, toward for the friend but to be wakeful, like our watchman to the end, drowse and seemingly no watchman can may. Stand the pipe for the lute, for the charms, for the ears, for the desire, for the melody, and over the rolling spirits and faith. Speculations bound. Can we see what sweetness in the ever-jangling sound for the parts of Adam and Alpha and Mega and him the song, the angels of the seraphim? Memory of the dull and net you stains and echo still for the unearthly strains in the music. Meet for all we love, for the music uplifts the souls the realm above, for the ashes and glow. Latent fires increase, we listen to the fab with the joy and the peace and the remembering. There is a water flow that flows down from the heaven for the cleansing of the world, for the be by sin by grace and divine. Last his whole stock for the spent, virtue gone dark with the pollution now its own, speeding up at the back for the fountain in all purities in which we can finally bathe. The earth sweeps again, trailing with a robe of the glory to bright and pure, which is the spirit and the saints, dizzy the head sheds for the itself for the beggar for the balming of the sick and the soul for the returning to him who was made pure. Who makes it up? Purity the heart, not the patch of your manner for the lust. Pure veers from first, it's divine man for the earth, we would steal that name for the dregs to discern, accents with the pure, in hardship when you can find the tribulation, enjoy the phantom centuries, certain baton and drawn, giving away for be harmed, be afraid, passing into showing the king. I will enter an unseen power, inspire. You are the voice.
Heard that I can barely see your soul, but why I look at all. Yours is now the soul of souls of the heart of the wonderful birders you are, seeking divine heights with the flapping of the wings, and you smash the pointed spears of your enemy, and the flowers flee for the autumn. You are the fearless rose for the grows amidst the freezing wind, pouring down like the rain of heaven, and fielding upon the rooftop of this world for you, and ran in every direction and escaped through the drainage sprout. Now the words are over, for the pain they bring is gone, and now you've gone the rest for the arms of the beloved, and what you get the way with the perfect and pet falcon of an old woman. Did you hear the falcon drum? You were the drunken sunbird and the owls, smelling the odor of a garden, got tired of sour fermentation. Heard that I can barely see your soul, but why I look at all. Yours is now the soul of souls of the heart of the wonderful birders you are, seeking divine heights with the flapping of the wings, and you smash the pointed spears of your enemy, and the flowers flee for the autumn. You are the fearless rose for the grows amidst the freezing wind, pouring down like the rain of heaven, and fielding upon the rooftop of this world for you, and ran in every direction and escaped through the drainage sprout. Now the words are over, for the pain they bring is gone, and now you've gone the rest for the arms of the beloved, and what you get the way with the perfect and pet falcon of an old woman. Did you hit the falcon drum? You were the drunken sunbird and the owls, smelling the odor of a garden, got tired of sour fermentation of the left for the tavern, and you went for the arrow for the target for the bow, the time and place. The man who stays at the cemetery for putting it away, but you didn't go, but you became the light that gave the wanted to be famous, and you don't worry about what they're gonna eat. Why we gonna be engraved belt, heard for the living in the center, but what you do about the living center of the flying towards thankfulness, you become the rare bird, one wing, one made with fear, one hope in the autumn, and the rose crawling along the ground in the cold wind, rain on the roof downs, out by the spout and the fast as it can, taken by the pain with the lie and the rest, but now you've found a friend to be with. He comes with the moon, like the sky we never saw awake or dreaming, crowned in eternal flame, but no flood can lay. Ruined with the body's house of clay, when the first giver of the grape lonely bear befriended with the fire boss, and the veins filled up and it's all nigh possessed with a voice descended and well done sovereign. Peerless cup of the love of mighty iron roof, to be dark and above at the heaven, where reluctant, golden tray, my heart, my love for the secret sudden burst for the viewing. Leap headlong with finding a road to who may. Sun moving, clouds behind round, all hearts to attend. Pour copies of the heavens originals and pale earthly pictures and motoring, decayed with weather. What care for the audible beauties and break and fall? You gave them life for the enduring, for the age, for the never, for the vex, for the dying heart, and the idols and woes and artists and the high decourse for the enchanting of the rap in the air. Glided with the lampscapes and the brave listening shows, fade perishing, but witness to fear, but wild away for the living and fountain plot. For each petty book for the goats and the brimful to the main. Barren for the fountain, for the need to die, with the fears for how foolish and the lament how vain. This is the fountain with which you would as then right no. So winds ensue to create the things that doubtless the rivers and not the seas to flow. Your silence for everlasting springs. Farewell to that sorrow. Quiet mind, drinking long and deep with the others to fondly dim. Channel emptiness and perhaps they may find the fathom in an unfathomable stream. In the moment that you loathe the world was given to the latter or stood whereby for the mighty aspire. Inspiration in the first steps. Urge. Heard that I can barely see you. Urge. Heard that I can barely see you. Urge. Heard that I can barely see you. Urge. Heard that I can barely see your soul, but why look at all? Yours is now the soul of souls. Urge. Heard that I can barely see your soul, but why look at all? Yours is now the soul of souls, of the heart of the wonderful birders you are, seeking divine heights for the flapjack of the wings, and you smash the pointed spears of your enemy and the flowers flee for the ottoman. You are the fearless rose for the grows amidst the freezing wind, pouring down like the rain of the heaven and the fielding upon the rooftop for this world for you and ran in every direction and escaped through the drains sprout. Now the words are over for the pain they bring is gone, and now you've gone the rest for the arms of the beloved, and what you get the way with the perfect and pet falcon of an old woman did you hit the falcon drum. You were the drunken sunbird and the owls, smelling the odor of a garden, got tired of sour fermentation of the left for the tavern, and you went for the arrow for the target for the bow at the time and place. The man.
Urge. Heard that I can barely see your soul, but why look at all? Urge. Heard that I can barely see your soul, but why look at all? Heard that I can barely see your soul, but why look at all? Yours is now the soul of souls, of the heart of the wonderful birds you are, seeing divine heights.
Heard that I can barely see your soul, but why look at all? Urge. Heard that I can barely see your soul, but why look at all? Yours is now the soul of souls, of the heart of the wonderful birders you are, seeking divine heights for the flapjack of the wings, and you smash the pointed spears of your enemy and the flowers flee for the ottoman. You are the fearless rose for the grows amidst the freezing wind, pouring down like the rain of the heaven and the fielding upon the rooftop for this world for you and ran in every direction and escaped through the drain sprout. Now the words are over for the pain they bring is gone, and now you've gone the rest for the arms of the beloved, and what you get the way with the perfect and pet falcon of an old woman did you hit the falcon drum. You were the drunken sunbird and the owls, smelling the odor of a garden, got tired of sour fermentation of the left for the tavern, and you went for the arrow for the target for the bow at the time and place. The man who stays at the cemetery for putting it away, but you didn't go, but you became the light that gave the wanted to be famous, and you don't worry about what we're going to eat. Why we gonna be in great belt, heard for the living in the center, but what you do about the living center of the flying towards thankfulness, you become the rare bird, one wing, one made with fear. One hope in the autumn and the rose crawling along the ground in the cold wind. Rain on the roof downs, out by the spout and the fast as it can, taken by the pain with the lie and the rest, but now you've found a friend to be with. He comes with the moon, like the sky we never saw awake or dreaming, crowned in eternal flame, but no flood can lay. In ruin with the body's house of clay, when the first giver of the grape and only bear befriended with the fire blossom and the veins filled up and image all nigh possessed with a voice descended and well done sovereign. Peerless cut for the love of the mighty iron roof, to be dark and above at the heaven, where reluctant golden tray, my heart, my love for the seed of setting burst for the viewing. Leap headlong with finding a way to who may, sun moving, clouds behind round, all hearts to attend. Pour copies of the heavens originals and pale earthly pictures and motoring decayed weather. What care for the audible beauties and broken fall? You gave them life for the enduring, for the age, for the never, for the vex, for the dying heart, and the idols and woes and the artists and the high decourse for the enchanting of the rap in your ear. Glided with the landscapes and the brave listening shows, fate perishing but witness to fear, but wild away for the living and fountain plot. For each petty book for the goats and the brimful to me. barren for the fountain, for need to dive, the fears for how foolish and lament how vain. This is the fountain with which you would as then right know. So whence issue to create the things that doubtless the rivers and not the seas to flow. Your silence for everlasting springs. Farewell to that sorrow. Quiet mind, dream long and deep with others to fondly dim. Channel emptiness and perhaps they may find the fathom in an unfathomable stream. In the moment that you load the world was given to the latter is stood where life for the mighty aspire. The inspiration in the first steps. Heard that I can barely see your face. Heard that I can barely see your soul, but why look at all? Yours is now the soul of souls of the heart of the wonderful birders you are, seeking divine heights with the flapping of the wings, and you smash the pointy spears of your enemy, and the flowers flee for the autumn, and you are the fearless rose for the groves amidst the freezing wind, pouring down like the rain from the heaven, and the fielding upon the rooftop of this grove for you, and ran in every direction and escaped through the drainage route. Now the words are over, for the pain they bring is gone, and now you've gone to rest with the arms of the beloved, and what you get the way with the perfect and pet falcon of an old woman. Did you hit the falcon drum? You were the drunken sunbird on the owls, smelling the odor of a garden, got tired of sour fermentation of the left for the tavern, and you went for the arrow, for the target, for the bow, with the time and place. The man who stays at the cemetery for pulling it away, but you didn't go, but you became the light that gave the one to be famous, and you don't worry about what we're going to eat. Why we gonna be in great belt, heard for the living in the center, but what you do about the living center with the flying towards thankfulness, you become the rare bird, one wing, one made with fear, one hope in the autumn, and the rose crawling along the ground in the cold wind, rain on the roof downs, out by the spout and the fires as it can. Heard that I can barely see your soul, but why look at all? Yours is now the soul of souls of the heart of the wonderful birders you are, seeking divine heights with the flapping of the wings, and you smash the pointy spears of your enemy, and the flowers flee for the autumn, and you are the fearless rose for the groves amidst the freezing wind, pouring down like the rain from heaven, and the fielding upon the rooftop of this grove for you, and ran in every direction and escaped through the drainage route. Now the words are over, for the pain they bring is gone, and now you've gone to rest with the arms of the beloved, and what you get the way with the perfect and pet falcon of an old woman. Did you hit the falcon drum? You were the drunken sunbird on the owls, smelling the odor of a garden, got tired of sour fermentation of the left for the tavern, and you went for the arrow, for the target, for the bow, with the time and place. The man who stays at the cemetery for pulling it away, but you didn't go, but you became the light that gave the one to be famous, and you don't worry about what we're going to eat. Why we gonna be in great belt, heard for the living in the center, but what you do about the living center with the flying towards thankfulness, you become the rare bird, one wing, one made with fear, one hope in the autumn, and the rose crawling along the ground in the cold wind, rain on the roof downs, out by the spout and the fast as it can, taken by the pain with the lie and the rest, but now you've found a friend to be with. He comes with the moon, like the sky we never saw awake or dreaming, crowned in eternal flame, but no flood can lay. And ruined with the body's house of clay, when the first giver of the grape lonely bear befriended with the fire boss, and the veins filled up, and image all nigh possessed with a voice descended and well done, sovereign, peerless cut for the love of mighty iron roof, to be dark and above at the heaven, where reluctant golden tray, my heart, my love for the seed of setting burst for the viewing, leaped headlong with finding a way to who may, sun moving, clouds behind run, all hearts to attend, poor copies of the heavens originals and pale earthly pictures and moldering decayed the weather, what care for the autumn beauties and breaking and fall. You gave them life for the enduring, for the ache, for the never, for the vex, for the dying heart, from the idols and woes and the altars and the high decourse, for the enchanting of the wrapped in your ear, glad with the lampskates and the brave listening shows fade perishing, but witness to fear, but while away for the living and fountain ply, for each petty book for the ghosts and the brim from to main, barren for the fountain for need to dive, with the fears for how foolish and the lament how vain. This is the fountain with which you would as then right no, so whence issue to create the things that doubtless the rivers and not the seas to flow. Your silence for everlasting springs, farewell to that sorrow. Quiet mind, dreaming long and deep with others to fondly dim. Channel emptiness and perhaps they may find the fathom in an unfathomable stream. When the moment that